it's me, Kevin Smith. We're here at the IMDb studio at Acura Festival Village. And look, it's the cast and crew of Palm Springs. Give it up for them right now.
Yes.
Max, this is your first feature.
Indeed.
It's your job to take us into the world. You got to explain it, man. So here we go.
So
Sell your movie.
It is a surreal romantic comedy set in Palm Springs. Andy plays a reluctant guest at the wedding. He's the boyfriend of a bridesmaid. Cristin plays the maid of honor. Camila plays the bride. And it's a love story. It's about these two meeting and kind of their odd connection fuels chaos on this wedding.
Damn, I like that.
It's a good explanation, right?
I'm in, I'll do it.
I'm reading that on Netflix. I'm watching it.
Yes!
You are a producer on this flick?
Yes.
So it's got to have a tone to it. You explained it in a way that, like, my grandmother would be like, oh, that's fun. But I imagine it's got something to it.
It's a little skewed.
A little bit, right?
Yeah, it's a little left of scent.
How did it come together? Who had what and who approached who first?
Max and the writer of the script, Andy CR, were buddies at AFI.
You went to AFI?
Went to AFI, yeah.
Are your parents rich?
A little bit, yeah.
It had to be, right? That's an expensive school.
I was very lucky. Yeah.
Well done, well done. How many years? So, what at AFI did you do something, then take it out into the world?
We essentially went to AFI and just like overthought everything. And this project was an attempt to just write something straight from the gut and something very emotional with heart.
So you had to in school they teach you one thing.
Totally rejiggering the process. So I think that's why. I mean, maybe that's what you reacted to. There's just a lot of fun stuff that's a little askew and
it's
emotional and funny.
a lot of different styles are within the movie, and I don't often read things where I'm genuinely laughing out loud while I read it. So I was like, let's do it. Let's make it.
And you get like little time to pick a flick, right? Because you got a day job and stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to be real sparing about what movie you're going to do because you only got a window and stuff.
Yes.
What about this over everything else? Or was this the only thing offered to you?
It was the only offer. I think this is a good place to say that. No, I don't know. It just, when a script's really great, it's really great, and you don't know why. It's a combination of thinking other people will enjoy watching the movie and also knowing that I felt like I could bring something to it and not feel embarrassed for trying to be an actor.
And you, trying to be an actor. And you, you had a film up here that you were in a little bit, but you guys produced as well. That's why I'm like way into watching this.
Yeah.
I loved Brigsby Bear.
Yeah, isn't it
That
great?
was my favorite film of that
Thanks.
year in almost the decade. It was beautiful,
It was
man.
so
I love you as an actor. You're an hysterical guy, but keep making stuff because your taste seems to be right up my alley.
Thank you.
Let's talk to you.
Okay.
What is it like to act with this cat? And then we're going to talk about your career.
Okay.
Just to give you a preview
so
of where
it's casual,
things are going.
it's fun, it's fresh. Wait, what was the first question? What it's like to work with him?
Yeah.
It's a blast. It's a blast. It is. It's a blast.
I told you.
How, like, it was a script, but how ad-libby do you let people get? Like, are you guys allowed to make up
We
dialogue?
got more and more ad-libby. One of my favorite scenes in the film is completely ad-libbed, but I don't want to give it away. And that is, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. And like that's it's one of my favorites. And I feel like it took me a second to get there though. Like I didn't know we could ad-lib at first, and then I was like, "Oh damn, we can ad-lib?" And then it was like gone.
We actually talked about how we wished we'd been ad-libbing more.
By the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bittersweet ending to the production. You're like, if only we'd ad-lib more. It was like
That's
the
right.
ending of Schindler's List, a lot of regret and stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. He wished he could
There
have
was
ad-libbed
so
more.
much ad-libbing in that movie, yeah. Yeah.
I want to talk about, because I haven't seen this movie, but I'm going to
Yeah.
see this movie, but one of my favorite things that you've ever done is that Black Mirror episode.
Me too.
It's
the best.
It's
It's
genius.
best.
And I was I was on my way over
Yeah.
here, I was explaining to somebody, I was like, she was in that Black Mirror episode. And they're like, which one? And I did 20 minutes on like a 10-minute episode, like on that arc and stuff. It was beautiful. Did you get to act with Ham or were you by yourself?
No, we're like all by ourselves because each episode is like a mini movie.
Yes.
Like we shot for 6 weeks in London and the Canary Islands, and they have like a different crew for each episode. It's nuts how they do that.
When you get a script like that, are you like, oh my God?
I didn't get to read the script. They sent me one scene, and but I loved the show so much that I was like, yeah. And it was a really weird scene where I couldn't figure out anything. And then when they sent me the script and I like got to see what I did, I cried.
What was the scene?
It's the scene where she's explaining to everyone about the like, I think that's like the black hole. There's like an opening in the thing, and I was like, I don't know what this jargon is. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I love that.
Phenomenal stuff.
Love that episode.
you get to play a grown-up, man. You're not in high school in
I
this
know,
movie.
I'm a married woman.
What is that like to be an adult finally?
It's pretty surreal because I've been playing a teenager for a long time, and then this one hiatus between seasons, I played a married woman both times, which was very odd. I'm like, does this mean I can't go back now?
They're going to have a hard time believing you in Riverdale now that you've been married.
Exactly. I mean, I don't think they
movies.
believe it anyway, to be honest.
Right.
It's time for a jump forward.
Camila, you are 50 years old?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Great skincare.
This
regimen.
melanin, you know. It's just,
All those Riverdale kids, they start at 40 and just go up.
Yeah.
What? They just got renewed for season 5.
We did, yeah.
The show. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But you guys are all seniors, correct?
Yeah.
Are they building a college in Riverdale as we speak to
I'm
keep
very
this show
curious
going?
to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're going to do a time jump, but I'm not sure. But I
Really?
think that would be the best. I mean, I'm not going to tell them what to do or anything.
That's
but
your idea. It's like, let's
my
skip
idea,
all
yeah.
that.
I think.
Where
they
would you
should.
time jump to? You're like,
I
I'd be
don't
married
know.
like in the movies.
I don't know. I just think it'd be nice to have a nice reset. You
Right.
know?
I'm a nerd for this sort of thing. Do you think you guys will ever cross over with Sabrina?
Well, no, because I don't think so because they're a Netflix show.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
CW.
I said I was a fan. I'm well aware of where to watch Sabrina. Talk
if they
down
were
to
on
me.
CW, I think we totally would.
Yeah.
But I think we will cross over with Katie Keene. Which
Oh,
is,
well, of course.
Yeah, which
Duh.
is coming out soon.
No brainer, man.
Yeah.
What other? I know it's the Archie verse is within the CW verse and stuff like that. But if you could cross over with another CW show, we're way off your movie
Actually,
now.
we already
I'm sorry,
did
but I'm
cross
nerding
over.
out.
Sorry, I didn't mean
liking
to.
it.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you were to cross over with any other CW show, what would you?
Ooh.
I'm saying Supergirl and Riverdale. She'd solve all your problems.
Supergirl, and they're right next door too. So
Literally,
I could
it'd be
just,
so-
you just
such
walk
an easy
over to
shoot.
the next studio and.
Is Animaniacs still on?
Was
What a
that on the
great
CW?
crossover. That's how famous you are. Last time you checked in on pop culture, Animaniacs was on. Then you became pop culture.
I just love Animaniacs.
While I have you here, I'm also a big SNL fan. You've been on Brooklyn Nine-Nine for a while now, which I absolutely love and stuff. Me and my kid watch the show. But I go deep for SNL way back in the day.
Same.
How hard is it to leave when one leaves?
Very hard. I knew I had to leave because I
Why?
was...
Why do people say like that? I knew I had to leave. You could have done it for 20 years.
It was
man.
like...
You could have been Keenan.
It's like when a football player retires, where you're just like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. It's the best way to explain it.
Is that right?
I mean, obviously, it's much harder to be a football player. But, but like, it is emotionally and physically taxing. You don't sleep, you eat horribly, and you are in a constant state of panic. So at a certain point, and it varies for different people who work there when they hit that wall. For me, it was that 7th season. I was like, I'm breaking down. Also, my two buddies, Akiva and Yorma, had both basically left, and all the stuff I had done there was with them. We got hired together, so I hit my moment, and it was the hardest thing that I ever did because it was the only job I ever wanted. But then I
sell
stayed
the movie.
10 more
Sell the
years.
movie.
Until now.
Until now.
There you go. There you go. Well, to be fair, you left. To borrow an analogy from sports, you did leave it all on the field. You did
Thank you.
incredible.
Thanks, man.
The entire run of that show. I'm going to ask you guys some quick questions to get you out of here. Ready? Everyone's got to answer. Everyone think about it while the previous person's answering.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
What's the last show that you binged?
Explained.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great series.
I love that
Isn't it
series.
fantastic? Number one, it's shorter than a right? Like
Yes.
it's 10, 15
It's
minutes.
like, okay, I can eat my dinner and watch this and then go to bed.
Absolutely.
That's
What a
my-
great poll, man. That's
Awesome.
fantastic.
Thank you.
What if I'm mid-binge? That counts?
Yeah, totally.
Inside the Mind of Aaron Hernandez.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're mid-binge, and right
I'm
now,
mid-binge.
sell it for us.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't know the timeline of everything. I knew all the facts, but do you know about the timeline of it all?
No.
Am I allowed to
Yeah, go.
No
He-
spoilers.
I mean, he had murdered people and then played the Super Bowl.
Is that true?
Yes. And there's footage of him pumping his fist on the field, and 2 months earlier he shot 2 people. It's nuts.
And you're only mid-binge through that?
I had
That
to come
sounds
here.
amazing. Oh, that's what you had to work.
Yeah, I
Fair
had to
enough.
work.
Fair enough.
It
All right,
sounds
that's
like-
two good
yeah.
suggestions.
It's like the plot of a Naked Gun movie.
Just like it.
Last thing I binged was Watchmen.
and
Loved.
right?
Loved.
Wasn't it brilliant?
Freaked out. Loved.
Oh my god! It's one of those things that's so good. You're like, I'm gonna quit because
I kind of felt like quitting. Yeah. It was really amazing.
tough.
Watchmen as well.
Wasn't it
Yeah,
great?
just
Max!
Just Jaw, and then Succession directly before that.
Everybody seems to be catching up with it and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it seems to be like filmmaker, actor delight. People really get into the show. I cannot wait to watch the movie, kids. The movie's called Palm Springs. Give it up for the kids from Palm Springs.